guys, so I have a really cool video planned for you today. I always get questions on my boy dolls, so I thought I'd do a video on tips on making a boy doll. So I have 3 boy dolls. On the left is my first boy doll, and that is Connor. The middle is Noah, who is my second boy doll, and the third one on the right is Travis, and he was my newest and third boy doll. So today I thought I'd give you some tips on making boy dolls and kind of the process. I have videos on the creation of, that sounds really weird, me making all 3 of my boy dolls, so I will leave the links to all those videos down below if you want to see the process of rewigging and restuffing and that kind of stuff. But the first step to making a boy doll is finding a doll, and I always get questions on like, where do you find your dolls for your boy dolls and that kind of stuff. All my boy dolls I get secondhand, so they were used previously as girl dolls. The Connor was previously used, but he was in really good condition. Noah I picked up for like $20 at the thrift store, and then Travis I found online on eBay. So I would recommend looking for a doll at your thrift stores because oftentimes there's really used and like messed up dolls, but most of the time when they're messed up it's because of their hair is really frizzy or something, or it's just like their body's dirty, and you can always clean off the body, and if you're making a boy doll, chances are you're probably getting a new wig, so the old hair won't matter. Another good place is to look on eBay, and you can look for really good condition dolls, but another good way to find a doll for less money is looking up TLC, American Girl Dolls, and that stands for Tender Loving Care, and usually that just means that there's like something wrong with the doll. But most of the time I found that when they say TLC, it's because either their hair is chopped off or it's frizzy or their legs are loose, and you can really easily fix both of those things. And also when you're hunting for dolls, you'll find there's like a variety of different dolls you can get. There's Primatel, there's transition dolls, and there's Mattel dolls. So Travis is my only Primatel boy, and he's also my only Primatel doll I have. And often people will try and find Primatel dolls for their boys because Primatel dolls have less coloring on their face. As you can see, Travis doesn't really have any pink on his cheeks, and also his lips are a lot less pigmented. So I really like having a Primatel boy because I think they look more boyish, but you have to remember that their body is a little bit more chubby, so often it will either stretch out your doll's clothes or they'll just be a little bit tighter. As you can see, this shirt looks a lot tighter on Travis because of his shoulders, and yeah, also his vinyl is a little bit more squishy. And another thing about Primatel is that their eyelashes are softer and they're brown. If you can see, Travis's eyelashes are shorter and they're also less stiff and they're brown, which I think is cooler because it makes him look more like a boy. So moving on, there's a transition doll, which is basically the doll that was made during the transition between Primatel and Mattel, so they have a little bit of both characteristics. Noah is a transition doll, and he does have longer eyelashes, and they're blacker and stiffer than Travis, who is a Primatel, but they aren't as long and curly as Connor, who is a Mattel. Also, I have found that Noah is a little bit skinnier than both dolls. Actually, he's skinnier than a Primatel, but he's also a little bit skinnier than Connor, who's a Mattel, and I've also found that he's a little bit taller. And then finally we have the Mattel dolls, which are the present dolls, the present time right now. And basically they have a lot more coloring on their face than any of the dolls, and they have the longer eyelashes, and yeah. So most of the time you can tell what kind of doll you have directly by looking at the characteristics. But if you can't tell, you can take a look at their necks. Travis's neck says Pleasant Company, and Noah's also says Pleasant Company, but I could tell from his characteristics that he wasn't a complete Pleasant Company. And Connor's neck says American Girl. So moving on to hair, you can cut your long-haired American Girl doll into boy hair, but I have always just chosen to buy new wigs. I usually get mine from Monique Wigs, and I will leave a link below to all of the wigs that I have purchased for my dolls, and also I think I got Travis's off of eBay, but the other 2 were off Monique. But you can find a lot of styles anywhere. This is the classic. I'll call it the classic because when boy dolls first started coming around, this was the wig that everyone had. Noah's, I don't think I've ever seen another boy doll with, but yeah, I will leave links below again. And then this wig Alexis AG Smiles also has on her dolls. These wigs all come in a variety of colors, so you can also customize the color option. And the next category I'm going to go on is to names. So I always get questions all the time on how I get my doll names and how I choose names. I usually go on like baby name websites, and this might sound kind of weird, but usually I try to have my dolls names all start with a different letter of the alphabet because I just think it's less confusing that way, and also I can have a lot of variety. So usually I'll go to different letters in baby name online websites, and I just go through boy names and I'll go find one that I like. The last category I'm going to touch on is clothing. So I usually get a lot of questions on where I get my doll clothes for my boys. And the key is Etsy. I rarely shop on American Girl. I used to have a couple pieces from American Girl that I would use for boys. I would mainly use items from Biddy Twins because Biddy Twins have a boy section. But usually now I just go on Etsy. It's actually less expensive and there's a lot more options. I shop at a lot of places on Etsy. I also get questions all the time about Etsy, but there are certain shops that are just for boys, and there are other shops that make a lot of boys stuff. So I will leave links below to some of my favorite shops. But usually my boy doll wardrobe consists of just shorts and a t-shirt. And yeah, so I will leave links to all the places that I like to shop for my boys, but these are all from Etsy shops. And for shoes, I usually just go for sneakers. These I also got off eBay, I believe, but I will leave some links below to some eBay sellers that I get some shoes from. But yeah, I hope this video helped you guys out with boy dolls and answered any questions you had. I actually have a series idea planned and I'm super excited to make it. I just have to get a couple props and stuff, but hopefully that will happen. And yay for another video really soon. I am on summer break, so I'm trying to film as many videos as I can. And yeah, if you have any other requests for video ideas, just let me know down below, and I hope you liked this video and let me know if it helped you out with your boy dolls. So yeah, bye guys!